Hello, welcome to another Stoller Films TV movie review. Today we'll be looking at the quirky independent comedy or romantic comedy Take Me Home. It is a movie I had actually never heard about, but it popped up in my Amazon Prime queue, so I decided to give it a look to see, if it was any good. It did get some pretty good reviews, so I was like, might as well check it out. So, it's about this guy who's a struggling photographer who actually illegally drives a cab when he needs money. He'll pick people up with this cab he actually won from an auction. And when he needs extra cash, he'll illegally drive it and pick up people and drive them places in New York City. There's this big businesswoman who actually finds out her boyfriend is cheating on her and everything. So she leaves and gets in the cab, and she's all distraught and like sad and emotional. So she just tells the driver to just drive. So when she finally wakes up, because she passed out in the backseat of the car, they're in like Pennsylvania or something. Just at that point, that's when she realizes she needs to go to California to see her dying dad. So it turns into a road trip movie. And that, I think, was what really seemed to make it a unique film, was that it took two tired genres, a road trip movie along with a romantic comedy, and they told it in a very charming way. Like, it wasn't over the top, like, hilarious at any point, but it was just a nice little quirky independent film that was silly from start to finish. It did have some emotional parts. I don't want to give any away, just in case you do decide to eventually watch this movie. But they do have some emotional parts, and so, I mean, it does have some dramatic sections, and I thought they really were well balanced in this film. I mean, the cinematography I personally kind of felt was a little bland, but I mean, overall it still was a pretty decent part of the film. Another pleasant surprise was actually it had Victor Garber, who is one half of Firestorm from the Arrowverse, so it was kind of fun seeing him pop up there. He played the taxi driver's dad, and I mean, I think he's a great actor, so of course he was great in that role. And it was just your cliche kind of movie of two opposites that attract and all that kind of stuff, but I mean, I thought it was just a fun little movie. I would give it 4 out of 5 I would give it 4 out of 5 strips of bacon. And the only reason why I even gave it something that high was, to me, in a day and age where there's so many reboots and remakes and everything, to me this kind of just was a throwback to like when I was back in high school, when the indie movement reemerged, and a lot of people started doing like these quirky little comedies that like Napoleon Dynamite and other movies like that, like Kabloom, quirky little indie comedies, kind of like Napoleon Dynamite or Kaboom. So I mean, it's definitely so maybe it was more sentimental value that got it a little bit higher up there, because I know 4 out of 5 strips of bacon is pretty high, and I can see why people might have a problem with this film. But I personally thought it was a 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was a good combination of drama and comedy, and like I said, it reminded me of kind of like the indie films that started coming out when I was in high school, when the digital age started hitting. So I mean, I thought it was a decent film. But anyways, don't forget to leave a comment, because I'd love to get your feedback about whether you agree or disagree about this movie, as well as don't forget to like the video, hit the subscribe button, and also you can check out the links in our info box below, which will link you over to our Instagram, Twitter accounts, and Facebook accounts, so you can always keep up to date with any future releases from this show to Bacon Bros or anything like that. So till next time, Have a good one.